Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, April 22nd, 2016. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, hot white blue waters today, absolutely looking great in the Gulf. It is absolutely gorgeous outside and it's early. It is 1936 hours, and on Wall Street it would be 2036 hours at the current time. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please come visit our website at FX Clearing for your trading solutions. You can get a demo account, live account, education, great economic calendar right on the front page. Go check it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy traveling through the site. Well, traders, got a lot to talk about. Got some currency charts to look at. We got 6 pairs to look at today, and of course, we're going to go over some news and commentary. So let's get started. Let me introduce myself to you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is William Gilday, and I am your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do record this during the Asia session. So if you're watching this in the London session, just go back about 10 or 12 candles, and you'll see where I started this presentation. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008 I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, I stayed a little bit longer. Traders, I'm in my 9th year living in Thailand in my retirement and absolutely loving it. Love the people, the food, and most of all, of course, the time zone. I can trade all 3 trading sessions and still get a good night's rest. Up early in the morning, very early in the morning. I'm one of those that get up at 5:30 in the morning, and it's pretty funny. People ask me about that all the time, and I think I got that from my father because my father was like that. And even when I was in my 20s and 30s, I did the same. I was always an early riser. You know, even on my wild party days when I came home at 4 in the morning, I still got up at 5:30, 6 in the morning every day. That's a gift, right? So how do I trade? Well, first of all, I listen to fundamentals. I have a news feed, and it's really important that you listen to your fundamentals. You know what's going on in the economic calendar. You know who's speaking. We know yesterday we had ECB President Draghi spoke, and the markets moved. And, you know, you have to just rely on that stuff. You just really have to know what's going on in the markets. And the only way to do that is through your economic calendar. And if you can afford it, to have a live news feed that talks to me during the day. So any news that comes out anywhere in the world, the moderator on the news channel speaks. And it's just so important to have that. And it's a big part of my trading. However, I'm a technician. I love analyzing candlestick charts, using price action, candlestick patterns, support, resistance, price structure, price failure, and most importantly, levels of what has happened in the past, right? So if you're coming up to a level and saying, wow, I wonder if that's support, go to a higher time frame and see what's going on and make sure you're on the right track and you're not going to get bounced out. So, you know, you have to do a little bit of homework. Now, I don't sit in front of my charts for 18 hours a day. However, I am in front of my charts a lot, probably 7 hours a day. I do need to do the manly thing, like shopping and eating. So, but, you know, that's why we have iPads and iPhones, you know, and Apple Watches and stuff like that to keep us in tune with what's going on in the market all the time. I'm always watching what's happening in the market and, of course, monitoring my trades. And that's a little bit how I trade. I'm a pullback trader. I like price to do its thing, pull back, and then I can get my entry, right? We want to always remember this. We're going to sell at resistance and we're going to buy at support. All right, that's enough about me. Let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. You can go to our website at fxclearing.com and get yourself a demo account, and then when you have the equity, open up a live account. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's take a look at news and commentary. What's going on? Let's take a look at how the markets closed. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.63%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.52%. And the NASDAQ closed negative 0.05%. The small cap 2000 closed negative 0.39%. Red day on the markets. Now, why do we have a red day on the markets? Well, a couple of things. One, Draghi, the ECB president, spoke. Two, it's earnings seasons, and they had some bad earnings come out yesterday. One being Starbucks. You know, everybody knows about Starbucks, right? They beat what the economists, consensus was. However, they failed on earnings, and that dropped their shares. So that's just an example. That's why we have to watch everything that goes on in the markets. You don't have to trade stocks. You don't even have to know anything about stocks. But you know what? If you have an economic calendar and you can snap on that, and it'll give you a summary of what's going on. And it's just so important to know what's going on, right? Let's take a look at what happened in the Eurozone. The DAX closed positive 0.14%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 0.45%, and the CAC 40 closed negative 0.20%. And the Eurostoxx 50 closed positive 0.46%. Traders, let's come on over to Asia. Some of these countries are not open yet. They have another 45 minutes to go before they open. But however, the Nikkei 225 is open, and they're currently negative 0.35%. The S&P 500, the S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.69%. The China 850 closed yesterday negative 0.10%, and the Hang Seng closed yesterday at positive 1.82%. Those two countries are not trading yet. They have about 45 minutes before they open. However, the Kospi out of Seoul is trading, and they are currently negative 0.38%. Let's take a look at our economic calendar for today. Not that much going on. There's a lot of medium impact news coming out throughout the day. We have, let's go over some of these. It's a Friday, so we're going to go a little bit over time today. Let's get some of this stuff taken care of. Japan has Territory Industry Activity Index coming out. It also has Manufacturing PMI later in the Asia session, and we'll try to keep you updated on that. Once we get into the Euro session, we have French Manufacturing PMI, French Services PMI, Eurogroup meetings today, so I would expect that's coming out, and that'll go into the weekend. High impact data, we have German manufacturing PMI. That could be a market move, and we'll watch that. And then, of course, we have German services PMI. So those are the big ones in the European session today. As we move later in the day, we have Euro services PMI and market composite PMI and manufacturing PMI out of the Euro. So a lot of medium impact data. In the U.S. session, we do have Canada has its core retail sales month on month for February, and then, of course, it has its core CPI for March, both of them high impact news events. And then in the U.S. session, later in the U.S. session, we have manufacturing PMI, and that is going to basically wrap up. That manufacturing PMI, by the way, is a medium impact news event. However, I do think it's going to move the markets. It usually does. So keep an eye on that. So that's what's going on our indices and our economic calendar. There's plenty out there today, so it's not like it's going to be a quiet day, but there is a lot of medium impact data coming out, which is good because we need some price action. How do you get price action? From data, right? You don't have to trade the news, folks. You don't have to be a fundamental trader. You can be a technician. You just have to be aware of what's going on, right? So what do we have? We have the Friday, end of our trading week. We had some pretty big moves yesterday in London and New York. And I'll show you that in just a second. And also, so what happens on Friday? Profit taking, right? Position squaring. All this stuff comes out on a Friday. And now it looks like we have Eurogroup meetings. I did not look for tomorrow's calendar being Saturday if there's anything going on over the weekend. But you have to watch out for that. So, it's quite active. And I said yesterday, I thought that price action was going to be kind of active. I didn't think it was going to be a slow trading day. I thought we were going to have some price action. And, well, we did. And let's get to it. This looks like this is a mistake. No, that's right. This is a EURUSD. This is a pretty easy trade plan, right? We want to sell this. Now, this had an up day yesterday. By the way, if you took our trade plan yesterday, you did okay. We didn't get to our take profit area, but you did get close enough to get out and make some pips yesterday if you took the trade plan. Remember, I'm bearish in the Euro Aussie, so I want to sell this. So this candle closed below the 200 exponential moving average, and now I'm looking to get in this. If I wasn't doing my work and doing this video, I would probably be in this trade right now on this Euro Aussie. Okay, got to watch for that pivot point. That's where that star is at. But if you look left of the chart, there is some price action, but I think it's going to get through it pretty simply and not have too much trouble. And then we're going to get out at the S1 pivot point at 1.4476. All right. Let's move over to the pound dollar. The pound dollar really did its thing yesterday. Both directions, all the way up, and then just came all the way back down again. Really bearish. And I said yesterday I thought this pound was bearish. And it looks to me like it's pretty bearish to me. So we'll just watch that. So what are we looking for here? Well, I put a Fibonacci tool on the chart today because I didn't want to stick a entry too close to support, right? And that 200 exponential moving average is our support level. So I said, well, is it going to be the 61.8 or, what are we trading at? So it is actually, I'd like to see price come as close as possible to the 50% fib. And no, my fibs are not on the chart incorrectly. I fibbed from the bottom to the top. Why? Because I want to see where 161.8 fib is, right? Because I'm selling this, I'm not buying this. Otherwise, I'd go from the top of the chart to the bottom of the chart. So that's why it's inverted. We call it an upside down fib, right? And that's what it is. So we're looking to get to that 50% level. There's a pretty good chance we'll get to the 618 and it's going to come back down again. Just keep an eye on it and get break even as quick as possible. That's not a lot of pips, folks. If you're going to take that trade there, I'd rather wait and see if you can get this up. And we do have some pound news today, so maybe it's best we wait till after that Great British Pound data comes out and then take our trade. And hopefully it's the same trade plan, right? Hopefully, maybe it's good news and it'll bring us up to that 50% fib. And we can sell this, right? We want to sell this. Well, my bias is bearish. Okay, let's take a look at the Aussie. Aussie is just the Aussie, right? So it went all the way up and decided, well, it's time to come all the way back down, and that's exactly what it did. Now, my trade plan yesterday, if you remember, was a bullish trade plan, and it sort of kind of maybe did okay, didn't make our target, but then turned around and just fell like a rock. And so if you put a pending order in, you probably got triggered and you probably manually had to exit the trade, right? On that second red candle, I would have been out of that trade, okay? I would have definitely been out of that trade by that point, okay? All right, so what are we going to do today? Well, I want this to come up to the 61.8, and that's at 0.7775, and we'll sell it there. Now, we have a 200 exponential moving average, but there's no price action really left of the chart. I'm more concerned about that 55 EMA that's pointed straight to the downside. By the way, that's a good thing. That's a positive thing that is really coming down. I like the angle and separation on the 200 and the 55. So I think a sell trade is possible. It's getting the entry that's going to be a little difficult. So we might have to take the entry at the 200 if we get a bearish candle formation and a little bit of confirmation, whether you go to a higher time frame or a lower time frame. But let's get some confirmation, or maybe the EMAs will all line up together, and that'll help us out a little bit. All righty. Okay, that's what's going on with the Aussie. Let's take a look at, well, yep, I missed the euro dollar. Man, I didn't even realize that. We've already covered this euro Aussie. So here is the euro yen. Euro yen is, the yen all of a sudden woke up, and I think that's mainly because, basically they're saying they're going to do something. And, Kuroda spoke in Asia yesterday, if you remember, for like 3 hours. And people from the cabinet keep speaking, and I think, the yen is going to stay strong. And I think the euro is going to get weak. I think the dollar is going to be stronger, and I think we're going to have dollar strength today. So I'm looking for this euro yen to go to the downside, and I'd like to trade this. And I'd like this to come back up to this pivot point at 123.85, and we could take it to the downside. And we can take the profit at 122.47, which is a S2 reversal pivot. If you look at the chart, folks, it's a wide open space. If this thing drops, we have a wide open space that we could just take this all the way back down to this 122.47 area. This is really a nice trade setup. We just need, something to give us that candle that says, okay, get me in. Or you can get in and just put, an intelligent stop there. Well, what's an intelligent stop? Well, you got to go above the daily pivot, right? And, you have to put your stop there. But you're still looking at you're looking at a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So, you're doing pretty good. I always try to look for the 3-to-1 risk to reward. And the reason I do that is because if I only get a 2-to-1 and I have to get out, at least I did okay, right? So we always want to look for a 3-to-1 and aim for that. And of course, if we don't make it, we could just, get out early. And there's no problem with getting out early or scale out. I'm a big scaler. I like just taking lots off my trade and just leave one on as a runner or trail it. And if it pops me out, that's fine. I already put pips in the pip bank, and that's what it's all about, right? So, yeah, I think today is going to be a really exciting day to trade, by the way. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar worked yesterday. I'm bearish on this New Zealand dollar. It worked perfectly yesterday. It went way past our expectations of where we wanted to get out. Again, dollar strength, and it just worked well in the New York session. It just whittled its way down, and it's at support at the current price. And we want this to pull back, though. We want this to come back up to the 61.8. And you can see I put a green line there to point that out because my number is next to the 50% fib. Now, I'm not looking to get to the 50% fib. I don't think it's going to make it that far. But if I can get to that 61.8 and the daily pivot point, and I get a red candle, I'm selling this. I'm going to take this down because I expect dollar strength today. And what I'm looking for is it to pass our target of 0.6904 and just keep heading on down past that, and we'll just keep trading that. Sorry, folks, about the mistake with the euro dollar chart. However, the euro is bearish. Look for entries on your euro dollar. Set up your trade plan, and remember, we're bearish. We want to sell the euro dollar. We do not want to buy it. I know it spiked up yesterday and all that good stuff, but we want to sell the euro dollar. Okay. All right, traders, on a Friday, April 22nd, 2016. Traders, I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and also this week was a really fun week to be with you all. And of course, you'll see me in the next Asia session. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, thank you again, and please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great weekend, and we will catch you in the next Asia session at the beginning of our trading week after our weekend break. Take care, my friends. Have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Take care now. Bye-bye.